I think I had showed this once before. I got some pistons here that I've rebuilt and saved the originals, the damaged ones. There's a nitro piston that was off of an LST2 427 motor with the gold head. That's it. I'm gonna go use my parts washer. It's all I got, and I want to just clean this up a little better and dump it and use my hot racing center diff cup. Got my little work stand that my buddy built for me before he retired, and that's it. Oh, another thing, guys, this stuff works awesome. Alright, this is no joke. Kano, it's expensive, but the fucking thing works. Alright, I had some gummed up motors that I bought that came with those RC cars that I picked up, and they are now unseized. I did nothing to them except for spraying this shit inside. They are unseized. Alright, I still got to work on one of the carburetors. 2 carburetors are unseized, 3 motors are unseized, and I did nothing to them. I was gonna hit it with some heat, but I didn't have to. This shit really worked and unseized it. Alright, it was also in there for a few days. It's a closer look. Alright, I got the diff, center diff separated, and remember the last time I had this center diff apart, I added some 500K diff oil, and that's some real thick stuff, man. It's gonna be very hard, man, for you guys to remove this shit if you don't have a parts washer or whatever. Brake cleaner will not work that well. And it would probably take forever if I mean, look at this. You could put it, you could have it upside down for probably a long period of time before that sucker ever comes out. But I'm going to it's not worth filming that. You guys already seen my parts washer. I'm just gonna separate these diff gears. These gears are coming out. I'm gonna clean them best that I can with the solvent I'm using in the parts washer, and that's it. Just get them like new. The center diff looks great from the last time I changed the oil. I'm just gonna get it ready so I can start using my aluminum cup. Alright, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this, and that's it, so stay tuned. Alright guys, all done with the cleanup of the center diff. This is all stripped down. Nothing in here anymore. All the pieces are here to remount on, not to remount, to mount on my new hot racing aluminum center diff cup. Alright, all good. Since I'm here, this is that Lucas air tool oil that's very good, also as for afterrun for your nitro motors. Very good afterrun oil. If you it's clear, it's clean. You could use that, and also Marvel Mixture oil, and there's a lot of good stuff that you could use as afterrun oil. So let's get back downstairs, back to work. Alright, here are the diff gears in my magnetic tray here, all cleaned up, ready to be installed on the new hot racing center diff cup. Right, this cup could also be used in your front and rear diffs as well. We're going to be putting it in the center. Part number again Alright. Comes with these screws, this hardware. Gonna need a 2.5 millimeter Allen hex heads, drivers. Make sure you guys lube this O-ring that goes inside. There's a groove in here. Make sure you grease this up, alright? I love to use Team Associated's green slime grease. Alright. Part number 1105. I've been hooked on this stuff ever since I built their kits back in the day. Electric kits, unbelievable, right? That's what I used to race indoors. 10 scale. I used to have a few Team Associated kits before I went to LOSI. Simple. Put some here as well. Don't forget to put your bearing on now. Many times I used to complete everything and forgot the freaking damn bearing. Don't forget to put your bearing on your diff cup. Just do it once more, quick wipe down again. Alright, I'm going to be using some 500K diff oil. Some real thick stuff, so have it ready. Put it upside down for a while. Real thick stuff. Alright, so after your O-ring is in, you want to put your shim here. Alright. After that, you want to put your pin that goes in here in your cup. Alright. Now, if you have a hard time getting in here, if you have a hard time getting this pin in here, you could always use your bleeder hole. Alright? This is why I like the hot racing diff cups. You got the bleeder holes. Some diff cups don't even have this. But that's what I like to go in from. Way easier. Just try to line it up with the hole. And just help it in with a good pair of needle nose. Just like that. Alright. Then you want to install your bevel gear. these ready. I have this facing up and ready to be aligned with the top one. Alright. Get your top one ready. Alright. Face this groove into the other groove. Make sure that groove over here is facing upwards. The idea is to get them to connect like this. That's the idea. They gotta go like that. Alright? Check it out. Some thick shit. This freaking diff oil is so thick, man. I'm cutting the bottle. Cutting the top right off. Alright guys, I'm back. I took a little break. I had left this sucker here to drain by itself. It's so damn thick. I had it upside down for a while. Shit. Don't forget to cap your hole. Alright. This is just some serious thick stuff. You may want to warm it up just so it works a little easier for you guys. But the 500K is very important to get the power down on this monster. It did wonders. I am definitely going to stay with that shit. Alright, so once you get that, make sure this guy is all cleaned up, ready to go. I'm going to add a little bit more here because I like to, I'd rather overfill my diffs, the diff cups, and then under filling them up. I rather overfill my diff cups, so I could always use the bleeder hole here, and it'll squish out whatever is excess. Alright, that's what I'd rather do. You definitely don't want it to be under, especially being so thick. I mean, that shit doesn't even move, man. Alright. Let me get this bleeder hole ready. Let me get this guy ready. I gotta get this bleeder bleeder hole already. Alright. Look at it, even the weight of that heavy spur gear is having a hard time going down by itself. There we go. Get that kind of grab the teeth good. Uh-oh. I feel it coming out now. Okay, I'm gonna start the screw in here. Start screwing this guy in little by little. I'm not going to go all the way down tight yet because I want to start turning the teeth. I want to make sure that the teeth aren't binding. Look at that. Look at that shit. I mean, it barely moves. Ah, nice. Oof. Yeah, it's stiff as hell. Look at that. Yep, these feel smooth. Obviously, it's going to be very freaking tight because of the 500K thickness of it, but you'll feel it. There's no grinding on the teeth or anything. Okay. This is what I like about the bleeder hole from the diff cups. Now I'm going to snug them. Snug, snug. Okay. Grab my T-handle. I'm gonna just give her a little torque downwards. I'm gonna wipe this off. Wipe all this shit off. And I'm gonna still keep the bleeder screw out. Now this is very important to do this, guys. If you don't do this, you can strip your diffs. Alright, you can mess up your gears. If all that pressure was in there and there was no bleeder hole here, this would never sandwich in. It would never close in correctly. It would always have some sort of space there because of the air, the pressure there. You have the pressure of the silicone oil and there's also air. And if the pressure can't be released from up top, there would be no way, no chance of this completely closing correctly. And if that happens, your diffs, or your teeth won't won't be matching each other correctly. Just goes little by little. Torque them down, keep going. And that's it. Wipe everything down. See that sucker coming out? See that? That's it, you're set, man. Yeah. That's it, ready for bashing. Jeez, Diff boy. That's it. Do not forget to put your bleeder cap in. Where is it? Just try to clean the thread the best I can, a little bit. That's it, she's all good. Wipe her down good. Double check. Nice, she feels good. All right, we're getting there, guys. Now I'm gonna install my center diff back. Got me a nice hot racing diff cup. Yeah, excited about that. And definitely needed it, especially gonna need it with the new motor. It's gonna produce 2 to almost 3 times more horsepower than the stock. So you know that there's going to be a lot of stress in these damn diff cups, especially the plastic ones. And it all starts at your center diff, especially with the 500K diff oil weight. There would be a lot of stress. It's almost like kind of locking it, but it's not. And then the power from here spreads to the front and rear. So who knows how long the front diff is going to last and the rear with the stock plastics. We will soon find out. But eventually I'm going to have to do these. I have no choice. I'm going to have to do hot racing or any other aluminum diff cups with, don't forget guys, with the bleeder cap hole, right? Al bought a beautiful looking diff cup, but he had to return it. Why? Because it didn't have the bleeder cap hole. It didn't have it. All right, it was more for looks than anything. This is looks, but it works. You know, this is more for us using it, man, for us beating on it. Now, this guy ain't going nowhere. It's gonna stay with me for a long time, maybe for good. All right, I really love this RC, so I'm just gonna eventually make it change the diffs in the front and rear, make it strong as possible. So it's on the stand. I'm using my Fitscale work stand for it, and that's it. Let me do this install. And that's it. Next job is going to be installing the motor in this sucker. Alright. And that's it. Done with the center diff motor. Figuring out what we're going to do with the exhaust. No, not the exhaust, the intake. We're going to figure out what we're going to do. I don't know if you guys can see, there's an outline here from, I guess the scratches from the square stock air filter. So you know with the reed case, that shit ain't going to work with this. I could cut this out so it sticks out, but I'm not going to do that. I'd rather have the protection down here. Alright, but I don't know, we'll see. We're going to see what happens. We'll figure something out. Alright guys, all in. Don't forget to align your bearings here. Make sure they snap in good. Make sure your spacer is out here. Okay? And do not forget to put your brakes on, your discs, like I did. I'm going to reinstall it. And she's good, man. She's ready, bro. She is ready.